is, I think, the seriousness with which this is
Okay.
being
Testing.
addressed.
We are live. We are live here on this Thursday. Hello, everybody. Hello. Come on in. Let's talk,
President
talk,
Trump
talk.
was elected was
We got some breaking news.
on the
Breaking
things that he
news.
campaigned on, as many people did as well.
Trump.
We knew something
Trump
was
is
wrong,
warning
it had to
Hamas.
change. And this is up to, of course, to the people who are doing the investigations, whether or not any of that actually manifests. All right. Yes, Sean.
Thank you, and welcome to the podium.
Thank you.
Sean Tandon with AFP. Can I switch the topic to the Middle East? The situation.
Let me ask though, any other questions on the USAID situation? A bunch of hands. I'm shocked. All right, we'll get back to you when we move into the Middle East. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Daphne Solodakis with Reuters.
Hi there.
You said that this is a pause, but we got answers from the State Department saying they've already cut 92% of the awards worth $54 billion. Is there any chance of those coming back?
All right,
And
come on in, guys.
like the review was
Happy
done? Is
Thursday.
it done, or is the review still
We got a lot
When
going
you
on
have
this
a
Thursday.
review, it is to assess what's happening in front of you, and then decisions are going to be made, right? So you've got
A lot going on.
It's 90 days to make an assessment within that framework of what works and what doesn't work. If there were programs.
Hello,
that could be
Crystal.
cut, the answer would be is that they did not serve either American interests or make a safer, more secure.
Okay, Crystal, hope everything's okay.
So those decisions are going to be made clearly.
Hope
set
everything's
out
okay. A lot of
in the
people are sick. I got a lot of cancellations here on my side with clients going out and waiting for Maribel. Hello, Sherry. How's Sherry
We
doing?
do know that actions have been taken based on the standards that we set.
Yeah, just breaking news. I also
Moving forward. Yes,
a cardiologist. Yeah, Maribel actually went yesterday. We got a lot going on in the news. I hope everything's okay there, Crystal. A couple deep breaths. Hello, Sherry. Thank you for joining. We are waiting on Donald Trump. And I had a meeting. We got a lot going on. Lots of going on right now with the homeless situation. I'm waiting for Maribel. We got a lot of with the donations. Of course, you guys know who you are, Crystal. That's on here. We're gonna go out and help out the homeless. There was a little bit of a problem here in Las Vegas regarding the homeless, where they're trying to crack down on people like me and Maribel and many others that are taking care of the homeless. Hold on, guys. I gotta take care of something here real quick. Anyhow, I voiced my opinion on it, and I'm speaking with some representatives. I have a lot of support from the government and the governor here to continue doing it. We got homemade food. We keep it nice and clean, and we're going to continue to do what we're doing. If they hit us with some big fines, then we'll just have to pay them. They will need a huge army. Thank you, Janine, to take me down. I'm going to continue to do my support. I'm working with Catholic Charities, Salvation Army. I'm fighting every day, and I'm going to address this until I die with the homeless crisis we have in Las Vegas, and then hopefully I can voice my opinion elsewhere. Now to the important news, Crystal. I hope everything's okay at the doctor's appointment. Janine, good to see you. Sherry, thank you for being here. The reason I'm live today is because I've had some cancellations, people sick and this, that, whatever. I wish them well. Now, Hamas. You see my title. You see my thumbnail. Trump is not messing around. Look, he just wants peace. I know he's acting strong, which he should. He wants peace, and Hamas is on their final. I mean, they're that close. And what he means by that is, I'm waiting. I'm looking at my iPad when I'm looking over. He's making, there's like 20, there's one American. I believe there's 24 hostages alive. I believe it's 24, 25 hostages alive in Hamas. And by the way, I don't want to talk about how bad it is. I mean, let's just say this. Who keeps dead bodies? They're keeping these dead bodies there on chains. Horrible, horrific, too much for me even to discuss on this early afternoon. It's a shame. And Trump is pissed off. Now, in other news, Zelensky now is ready to come back to the White House, dressed proper, and negotiate to the mineral deal, and to hopefully get this war finalized and ended, because there's too many people dying. We talked about this last night on my live. On other news, this shark guy here, let's just look at him real quick while we wait on Trump. This was embarrassing. We talked about this last night. This guy here, right here, this man here, I'm sorry, should be fired. He's a representative. Hello, Mike. Mike, how are you? He should be fired. This was no excuse. Now, we talked about this last night. Who is running the Democrat Party right now? Who knows? There's words out there, Crystal, after the new stream, please remember. Crystal, thank you so much. Here you are working at the doctor's office. Crystal, thank you so very much. You don't have to do that. Worry about your health. Most important, you know that. I've always said that. I appreciate you. I guess while you wait in and pinning that there. Panda's in the house. Hello, Panda. How are you? Thank you so much, Crystal. Really appreciate it. God bless you. God bless you. And God bless you. And God bless everybody. This man here, Sharp, this guy here, Green, I called him Sharp, and I apologize. I'm sorry. I called him Sharp. Green. For his behavior, he was yelling out Medicaid, this, that, whatever. You don't have to do it right there with the I talked about this last night. I'm not going to get into it. Panda, I was in a meeting all morning and fighting for the homeless, which me and Maribel will be out. We might go live and take care of the homeless. This is why I'm dressed up. Guys, I have meetings in between my training, and I try to fight for the homeless. This is why I am dressed up. And got to get out of this suit real shortly and then out to how about the homeless people. Now, he should be fired. I said this last night. If you missed it, if you didn't watch it, I believe Republican, Democrats, on whoever the president might be, to be together all in one for United States of America. He should be fired. And I want to know who's running the party, because if there's rumors that Elizabeth Warren is in charge, Nancy Pelosi's still in charge. I don't know. Gavin Newsom is in charge. I just don't know. Maybe this man, he's just a representative. They're destroyed. They are destroyed for a very long time on their behavior. And I can rewind later on tonight, if you guys are up to it, and show you when Biden spoke last year, or when Biden addressed the nation, State of the Union, talked about potato chips, that the Republicans clapped. Now, they didn't clap on every issue. They did not. I'd be a liar if they did. However, on some of the situation when people were when Biden was giving awards out, the Republicans clapped. Not all of them. They showed respect. Republicans, independents, and Democrats last year. Okay? Thank you for putting that in there, Crystal. So this needs to change. If the Democrats don't change, like Stephen A. Smith, other Democrat people are coming, they're not going to have a party. We're not going to have a Democrat party. It'll be finished. It could be very well finished. I just don't understand their strategy with this man and how they can back him up. How are they backing him up for speaking over the President of the United States, Donald Trump? How can this happen?
Other Democrats, however, say that sounds farcical to them. What they have said.
How could they let this happen?
Something they need to do in order to issue their protests and show their own voters at home that they are trying to push back against the Trump administration. One of those members, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, this is what she said to us earlier this morning.
Let's hear her, AOC.
It's really because Republicans they're very thin-skinned and they're very sensitive.
We're thin-skinned.
Their feelings are very easily hurt, and so they have to vote on censure resolutions.
So going a bit on offense there for Congresswoman AOC, Nicole.
All right.
So there you go. What she's doing right there.
This back and forth, this censure, possibly being.
When she says we're thin-skinned, when they act like children, have you guys seen a TikTok video of some of these Democrats boxing? Have you guys seen it? I can put it in there. They're boxing. That's their way of saying they don't like Trump and his issues. Is that how you go about it? How do you go about a Republican? I think Trump's an independent. How do you go about a leader that you don't like? If you don't like his views, what do? Well, you don't go boxing on TikTok, right? What do? You write up something on how you will work on protecting the borders, but better than Trump. I don't know how you can. How you can protect our schools from saluting the flag. How you can keep men out of women's sports. How you can continue freedom of speech, common sense. You don't go boxing on TikTok. Is that what this world's coming to? Guys, this is nuts. It is completely nuts as some of these Democrats are doing, how they're behaving. How they are behaving. This man here should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself. Let's go back. I mean, that is really bad. Horrible, horrible, horrible on how he performed. And I got to tell you, if you're a Democrat out there right now, and God bless you, everybody who's coming in this chat, you know, you got to be worried, have some concerns about your party going forward. Now, let's get back. We're waiting on Donald Trump here, coming on live. He says the Hamas, that's it. Now, you know, Biden was a very weak president, didn't know at times who the hell he was. We got a president, a leader who's not messing around. He wants to give the final warning, as my title, I believe, final warning to Hamas. Release those hostages now and get ready to negotiate with Israel and end this war. Let me tell you something. Something is going to break apart probably tomorrow. Okay? Trump means business. People, there's one American, and these people being held hostage. A lot of people have died. It's a religious war. It's a terrible war, both wars. So Trump is standing there, also negotiating with Zelensky here and trying to end that. All of a sudden now he's kissing Trump's butt, saying, hey, I want to come back. I want to dress better. I want to present myself better. I'm ready to sign a deal with the mineral deal. Let's negotiate. Russia can have some of our territories, but not all. That's fair. United States can come in with their soldiers and work on the minerals there, where Putin will be in check and will not hurt the United States of America, with Americans there. And that's how you end wars. And hopefully this Hamas today, Trump stands up tall, and we are waiting for him in a few minutes to come on board. Thank you. All right, we'll read some comments here. Freshly Wiles in the house, Panda. Yes, guys, normally I'm not early on Thursdays, but I had some cancellations with some clients, and here I am live awaiting on Donald Trump. So it's perfect timing. We will be out. Mark Travis, you made it live today from Michigan, is in the house. Hello, Mark. God bless you. And thank you for all your support on your all the comments and supporting this channel. We appreciate it, each and every one of us. We wait for Maribel. We're going to go out. We have about maybe 20 burritos, 15 to 20 burritos. Water. She's at the Costco getting that, and we will be out. If you guys are not doing much later on, check out. We're probably going to do a live, maybe a 40-minute live to an hour live out in the streets of Las Vegas. We're going to try to find some other spots and reach out to some other people that are struggling here. Homeless is taking a rise, and I know you're saying, wait a minute, how could that be? We have Donald Trump as president. Homeless is taking a rise, and it's sad. And people are still just can't afford it right now. You know, we have this situation with eggs increasing because of the bird flu. For those who are confused here that live in America, I know a lot of people in the UK and elsewhere didn't realize we have an egg problem, but there's an egg problem. But there's also more than just an egg problem, cost. We are still very bad in inflation. And, you know, Trump is coming into office, had an earthquake to deal with. He didn't have a few bruises to take care of. Literally had an earthquake with this last administration. And they got to get these people back in apartments. It's sad, very sad on how these people are out there living on a Social Security check of $1,100 a month that doesn't even cover their mortgage, let alone food. And a lot of them are not getting eligible for SNAP benefits. And again, with Doge, there was a lot of immigrants that were getting SNAP benefits and food assistance. And a lot of these homeless people, not all, were not getting these benefits. So that was what the meeting was about today too. Why aren't the homeless and the vets who fought for this beautiful country getting any of the SNAP food benefits or that kind of stuff? Meanwhile, you had these migrants getting it, and that's why Doge is important to clean out the fraud and that kind of stuff, as well as, hey, Richard, how are you? Made alive. And also as far as the getting these immigrants back, because it's a disgrace. If you guys would come here and spend 1 hour with me and see on how very sad it is. So check out the live. You'll see later on how very bad it's getting. Dire straits. People are dire straits. People are dying every day. Homeless people on the streets are just dying. They have no way to make it. People on here that have a home, an apartment, are struggling, and will continue to struggle because of the last 4 years of administration who simply gave up on all Americans. They gave up on everybody. Okay, Jack, how are you, Jack? They just didn't give up on Americans. They actually gave up on immigrants. They didn't care about the immigrants. You heard me say this a million times. I don't know why other channels don't talk about this. They didn't care about the immigrants. They were using them. They were just using them as a chess piece and a chess game. That's all they were doing. And then as soon as they lost the election on a landslide, that's it. They cut off a lot of the cards and stuff like that. Anti-Israel protesters still going on in parts of New York. Here's what we're looking at right here. Still got this protest going on. That's just horrible. Still got these protests going on in New York. Crazy, crazy. We are waiting on Trump. Trump will be coming on. He was supposed to be on in about 5 minutes ago, but we'll stay live a little longer to see. He should be coming on, and he's going to address some executive orders. Also, he plans on giving Hamas their final warning for those who are just coming in. I'll get some volume up here and listen to this young man here. He's a student.
And occupy Millbank and then Millstein. This is totally unacceptable. Also, the protesters yesterday were handing out stickers with faces of Yahya Sinwar and Hassan Nasrallah, and they handed out a pamphlet that was created by the Hamas media office called Our Narrative. This is blatantly pro-terror.
He even said that when he approaches these protesters who are distributing these items that he just said were blatantly pro-terror, that they don't have an explanation for why they're there. And he said oftentimes they don't really have any knowledge of what it is that they're protesting. Do you have a similar experience?
Yeah, so I completely agree with everything Noah said.
So we have protests here
One of the biggest issues
in New York.
is the fact that these protesters aren't forced to identify themselves. So you see
I don't even think they realize what they're protesting against. They just want to get out there and,
whatever it may be, so that you can't tell who they are. Later on, they're not forced to identify themselves. So I think.
Oh, thanks for your response, Mark.
I really don't know what
Appreciate that.
I think a lot of them join in because
This is, I think it's Barnard College, yeah. Barnard College in New York City.
Social media, that they just wanted to do it to get out of midterms, so it's completely ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It doesn't even
Thank you so much.
have nothing to do with the price of eggs. This has nothing to do with the price of eggs at all. Oh, what's going on?
Over the Democratic Party's current strategy, can leaders successfully hit the reset button? We will ask.
Paid protesters, absolutely. Janine, that's right.
Stay with us. Judge Napolitano here. There are two big reasons the price of
Remarkable thing, the American people care about foreign policy, they care about national policy. Your career in particular has kind of taught Americans that this information is interesting, it's usable.
John H., how are you, John? Good to see you on
It's a
here.
pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you, and just thank you for your commitment to this.
Yes.
On Ukraine, does the Zelensky letter, which includes an apology and various commitments to peace, which were praised by Mr. Witkoff at the White House today, does that letter meet the standard to the secretary?
100%, Jack.
That these talks can proceed, and will the secretary be attending the talks that are now contemplated next week in Saudi Arabia? And if you could give us any reaction to the Russian attack on a hotel today, where American aid workers did escape, but at least 4 people that we know of were killed.
Right.
If I could just also throw in.
All right, a third one.
Does the letter of apology solve some of the issues to the extent that the secretary believes intelligence and weapons pipeline and intelligence sharing could be restored?
Well, that's a road a bit too far. We will not discuss issues of
You're listening to
intelligence or diplomatic
spokesperson Tammy
agreements or
Bruce.
sharing of information. That I will not discuss. But from the start, after the Friday situation with President Zelensky,
Discussing the update on
and
Ukraine-Russia
Secretary
war.
was in the room. Is even there? It was a surprise that his behavior took a turn, and in the Oval Office. And it was clear, as the president had stated publicly, that
Appreciate
he
the
was
likes,
not ready for
ladies and
peace,
gentlemen.
that there was one thing that he should not do, and that was, damage the nature of what was transpiring there, because we want to help him. We want to help Ukraine. We have been the biggest supporters of Ukraine in this conflict than anyone else in the world. We have made it very clear from the start how we feel about this situation.
Nikki Lee, how are you?
But even after that, even that same night and continuing on, there was an open door that he wasn't ready for peace. If he becomes ready for peace, he can come back to the table. It was certainly not something that
Exactly.
eliminated the potential to continue. But what it did do was highlight, and clearly with the follow-up message from President Zelensky, there was an awareness that, as he said, it did not go as planned, right? It was not a situation that was good or helpful, and as I'm paraphrasing here, and clearly made it indicated that he was ready to come back.
I hear you,
have
good
not
man.
Spoken in the last few hours.
How's Jesse
with the
doing?
Secretary, but I do know that his posture has been the same. Is that we have a goal, and we see what's happening. We want to make sure that certainly the president understood what was happening, that this door was still unlocked, that he could return as we were looking at the nature of what was transpiring in Ukraine, that it's a stalemate. The secretary has called it a meat grinder. Hundreds of thousands of people dead, and the carnage not stopping. It's a stalemate that where both parties have to be brought to the table to end it. We also had terrific success, as I mentioned in my opening, at the UN. The first time since the beginning of this conflict, a 3-paragraph statement about ending the conflict passed without opposition in the Security Council, which is a statement from those members, but also from the UN in general. It appears with that note that President Zelensky understands what's at stake, that we are here to help him, that there's one person who can bring those parties to the table, and it is President Donald Trump. The secretary has understood that from the beginning. This is a united understanding that this has got to end, and these are men who understand what America can do to help that come to an end. And I would believe with what
Meanwhile, we have
said
a
before,
protest
that
here
fact,
in
if the
Barnard
president
College
and
in
the
New York.
secretary believe that,
Live.
President
You got this
Zelensky is
protest being
serious,
held, and you got
that we
Trump
can
who's
move
ready.
forward,
The
I
final
understand
warning
the
to
fact that we
Hamas.
would.
Final
So we
warning,
look
Beer
forward to
Gut
that.
Garage. How are you, Beer Gut? God bless you.
State Department briefing.
Doing
We're
well,
stepping
Bear
away
Gut.
for a break. We'll be right back.
So, yeah, this is breaking news here with this college. I don't know what the hell they think they're protesting. Has nothing to do with the price of eggs. It has to do with ending the war. It's a religious war. Hello, Fabian. God bless you, Fabian, on this Thursday. Just got out of a meeting working with the homeless. We're going to be out feeding the homeless, waiting for Maribel. She's at Costco shopping. We're going to be live in about a little bit. Again, I just wanted to come on here. Came back from a meeting. I was a little disappointed. I got some support from some Republican representatives as they wanted us to, just talking about the homeless situation, on feeding the homeless, how it's against the law. You can make people sick, this, that, whatever. But it was, they were discussing on how to do it, and I was there letting them know how clean, how homemade food is, and how we can continue helping out the homeless, and give it to the Catholic charities and give it to people on the street. We're going to continue to do our part. We're not going anywhere with this. It's a shame on how we can't get to some kind of agreement on this. But I can tell you this, they're going to need the army to take me down. I'm not in the mood for it. These people are dire straits. And yes, homeland has escalated a little bit. I know Donald Trump's the president, but it has escalated. Are we going to do pizza? No, we're going to be doing, Dick Maribel wanted to do some empanadas today. Or, burritos. She's going to be making some homemade burritos, like a breakfast burrito kind of thing with ham, egg, and cheese. She might have some beef. I don't know exactly, but that's what we're going to be doing. We are awaiting Trump to come on. And, Trump means business. And you got to tell you, I've spoken in this meeting on another topic on how they performed on Tuesday. Every Democrat that I met there, every one are like, oh my God, we are embarrassed. And you know what they said to me? Sal, we don't even know who our leader is. They are found lost and they are so mad because they want their party to be back. They want a Democrat party again. They don't know who's in charge. There's stories that Barack Obama is so disgusted that Barack Obama is not. They won't even let him voice his opinion, so he's out of the question. They're saying Elizabeth Warren, if she is leading that party, oh my God, God bless us. God bless. But anyhow, they were talking on that, and they're just turning their heads on so many things. They're worried about Medicaid, and I understand, and they should be worried about Medicaid. But to go about it as Mr. Green did with the cane and profanity and things like that, it was just a disgrace, embarrassing. You do those things behind, have an appointment. He's a representative. That's what he is, right? I meet with representatives. No disrespect to representatives. He's not a senator. You arrange an appointment with Trump, and you write it up. And then they have these boxing commercials that go on TikTok. I'm not going to show it, but if those are coming in, there's TikToks videos of majority of them are women boxing to get their point across. Is that how you get your point across? Don't you get your point across by writing something down? Say, Mr. Trump, with all due respect, first of all, good morning, good afternoon, thank you, appreciate everything you're doing. However, we disagree on issues that you have going forward with Medicaid Doge. That's how you do it. You don't make these commercials and raise the cane up. Nancy Pelosi looks on her face with HD TV, 4K TV the other night. I talked about this yesterday. Was a disgrace to Americans. She should be absolutely fired. Green should be fired. Many others should be fired. AOC coming on today and running her mouth. She should be fired. I don't know how these people can be in office. They need to be replaced by other Democrats, people who are direct Democrat Party and a more professional future, and become a Democrat Party once again, like a moderate Democrat. So anyhow, just coming in here, we'll listen up to the
Noted. For Iran gas
spokesperson here, Tammy Bruce. Sorry, hold on.
And we have, at this point, as you might imagine, we have nothing to announce with regards to the current electricity waiver that expires on the 8th. In line with National Security Presidential Memorandum Number 2, we are
Appendix, Crystal?
Existing sanctions waivers.
Doctor came in and said it could be the appendix
of economic or financial relief. And we are urging the Iraqi government to eliminate its dependence on Iranian sources of energy as soon as possible.
As you can see, there are lots of prayers for Fabian, Janine, many others.
Achieve energy independence. Hopefully, the United States is leading the way when it comes to that kind of an approach. All right, are we wrapping up here? I think we are. We will do this again on Tuesday, unless circumstances change that.
One last in
But-
Africa, please.
Someone wants one last. See, this is going to happen. It's like
No,
one
just
last.
in Africa.
All right, hold on. What-
Africa. One last in Africa.
Africa. Let's
Thank-
do it. Thank
thank
you. We have a lot of interests in that continent, so thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. So, thank you.
Yes.
My name is Hariana Veras, and I'm with TPA. Recently, I asked President Trump about his interest in joining the effort of the president of Angola, President João Lourenço, who is mediating the conflict between DRC and Rwanda, if he would be interested to join the efforts of Angola to bring peace to DRC. He said that the situation in the DRC...
Yes, Crystal, please keep us posted. Here's the TikTok commercial, guys. This is the TikTok commercial I was talking about right here. So here they are. Fight, fight, fight. This is exactly what I was talking about. So they're fighting. This is what they're doing. That is the Democrat way. That's what they're trying to point to get across was a TikTok kind of a commercial boxing. They weren't using a profanity, but is that how? Let me ask the chat. Is that how you get your point across, by acting like you're in 5th grade, 6th grade, boxing like that? And it's just so sad. Crystal, yeah, keep us posted with the appendix situation. Maybe it's the appendix. Maybe it could be something else. So, I remember when Maribel's, let's see here. I'm getting a call from our, speaking of representative, I have a representative call me right now. Interesting. Representative call me right now. How about that? Maybe I said something wrong he didn't like. That's who I am. I speak the truth. I didn't call anybody out, did I? I just said representative. So right away they're calling me. Who knows? It could be for something else as well. But yeah, I remember when Maribel, her appendix, yeah. And then her gallbladder. That was another. See here. Janine says, let the Democrats keep melting down. Yeah. Yep, I hear you, Fabian. Yeah, Janine, good comment. Yeah. The problem is, you know, will we just eventually have a meltdown and the party will be gone? Because the way they're acting now, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. That bad. I've seen Republicans get bad, but like some, I haven't seen where like they're afraid to stand up. Like for me, Janine, there should be one Democrat out there. Like, remember, there was a few of them who were clapping. I think there were some ladies in a beautiful red outfit. Maybe somebody needs to stand up. Here's the problem. They're all scared they're going to lose their job. Somebody needs to take charge, meaning say, hey, we don't have to agree on all the issues of Trump, but we need to show better class, and that's that. And I'm just getting another call here. My phone's blowing up. As soon as I go live, my phone's blowing up. So I'm gonna, if Janine and Fabian, if you guys can just kind of take care of the chat for 1 second, I'm gonna try to see what's going on here. And I think Mike M's on here as well. Also, Pope Francis will be speaking. Our prayers are with Pope Francis. He'll be speaking. That's good news. Hey, Joe, what's going on? I'm on a live right now. Yeah, we're just on the packing and the plastic regarding the burritos in this case, or hamburgers. Okay, just give me like 20 minutes. I'm finishing the live here. All right, thank you. All right, guys, I'm back real quick. Sorry about that. I'm back. See here. Thank you, Janine, Fabian, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for taking care of the chat for a minute. All right, so yeah, we're waiting moments away from Trump was supposed to be on. Maybe they have some issues with the security. I don't know. Regarding Hamas and trying to a final warning to Hamas and saying, hey, here we go. Let's end this. There's one American, 24 that we know that are alive at this day that are alive, and we need to get them out and back and then end that war there too. So we are waiting on President Trump addressing the press and the nation real quickly and about this war in Hamas. Also trying to get Ukraine mineral deals completed. It looks like now Zelensky is on back. You remember now, UK has funded them, but that money doesn't take into effect until 2027. I don't know why, but anyhow, they can't live off of that. They need our help. What it means is we have this mineral deal that Ukraine will give up some of their territory to Russia. So Russia will have some of those territories, but not all of them. So now Putin gets some of his. Now, a lot of you might come on and say, wait a minute, Putin's not going to be happy with that. He won't stop the war. He will, because we will have our American soldiers there, and Putin will not attack our American soldiers. Why? Because of money and fazuls. It's all about money, guys. And that's how you're going to end his war. And with Hamas, final warning, because Trump means business. He's pissed off. And at the end of the day, all he wants is peace. He wants to be peace. Trump wants to make sure nobody else is losing their lives over there. It's a shame. You imagine. So Hamas is killing these people and leaving them, they're deceased, and they're hanging on chains. You will imagine just leaving the dead bodies there. That's what they mean. Hamas means evil. If you look it up, it means strictly evil. It's horrible what they're doing, how these people were hypnotized from a long, long time ago. And hopefully we can get that war ended with Israel and Hamas as well. 2 wars going on right now, and we got to stop these wars. And also it'll help the inflation that we still have on a rise here in the United States of America. So we're waiting on Trump to address. Meanwhile, I'm going to be out taking care of the homeless. I'm waiting on Maribel to come home, cook up some burritos, and get out on the street. Representative was just telling me to make sure that everything's in plastic, which we do. We hand them napkins. He added to put some trash bags, so we'll hand out some trash bags so they can clean up, excuse me, the garbage there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just coming onto this channel, we help out the homeless as much as we can. We are waiting also for Pope Francis, who's going to be speaking. You know, he's been sick with, Pope Francis has been very sick with pneumonia, a respiratory problem, excuse me.
Rosary prayer in St. Peter's Square in just a few minutes. We should point out that these are obviously pictures that were taken before the Pope.
Felicia, how's Felicia doing? God bless you, Felicia.
Top of the hour. Meanwhile, thousands in Daytona this week for the 84th annual Bike Fest as motorcycle enthusiasts gather for racing.
Oh, Crystal, thank you so much. God, Crystal, is that I was on the phone. Thank you, Crystal, so much. 1:30. Thank you. I appreciate that, Crystal. God bless Crystal. I'm at the doctor's and at 12 o'clock. I'm just looking at the time. Thank you, Crystal. Going back to these messages. Yeah, I was getting, Maribel was texting me. Mom was calling me. And somebody, a representative was calling me and let me know a lot was going on and trying to keep you entertained and, you know, keep the live going. And there's what they great moderators do, like Fabian, Crystal, Janine, and Mike M. and many others. And it's good to see Felicia on here today. Everybody say hello to Felicia. Long-time subscriber. I think it was Felicia on here. Felicia's been subscribing to me. I'm going to probably embarrass her, but we don't embarrass anybody on here for a very long time since the unemployment days. So we appreciate Felicia taking her time out today and coming on board and showing her support. Yes, Crystal, and still paying attention at the doctors with a possibility of a appendix. Or maybe not. Could be some other things. But thank you so much. And hopefully, Crystal, your mind could be kind of, you know, distracted a little bit. And hopefully everything will be okay with there. Let's see. We have Stinky Pete.
I'm very tempted, guys. Now I've got the jacket on. Back to you.
You've got the hair. I mean, you're looking good. You fit right in there, Ashley.
It's my helmet. Yeah.
Sneaky fact. I love motorcycles. I'm just gonna say it. I just do. Ashley,
Good times in the house. War Daddy.
I've had motorcycles since I was like 10 years old, and I'm sad to say.
And of course, we got Mark Travis also supporting this channel today, all the way from Michigan.
Because I lost my nerve on the road. I just think everybody.
It's good to see that the Pope is doing better.
I'm happy to sell it to anybody out there who wants it.
We continue to pray for Pope Francis.
Thanks for joining us. We look forward to the Pope's message, by the way. I'm Sandra.
They haven't showed his message yet.
Stay tuned for the story with Trace Gallagher and for Martha.
John will talk about the price of that fat boy later. Meantime, thank you, John Sandra. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Trace Gallagher in for Martha McCallum, and this is the story. We are awaiting new video of President Trump at the White House giving an update on tariffs against Mexico and Canada. Plus, Pope Francis releasing an audio statement right now. We'll bring you that as we get it. But first, the head of the agency that doles out billions of taxpayer dollars to foreign countries says, quote, multiple criminal referrals to the Justice Department could be coming down the pipeline. Peter Morocco telling lawmakers his probe of USAID is uncovering waste and abuse so severe it may amount to a crime. Remember, this is the agency that President Trump wants to shut down.
Fabian, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Totally unexplainable.
When you look at the USAID, when you look at the things that they're giving to them, the billions of dollars that they're giving to, and it doesn't make sense.
Senator John Cornyn is fresh from a closed-door
Stinky Pete, excuse me. Thank you for being here and your comment. Gas, I don't know where you're living at, but I'm here in Las Vegas, and I just filled up my car the other day. Gas is down to about $3.20 here, so I don't know what you're looking at or you're. I'm not going to treat you as a troll, and I respect opinions, but you're simply false on that. Gas is going down, Stinky Pete, excuse me. Gas is down here in Vegas about 65 cents here in Vegas, and we're one of the second highest in the nation.
We're looking at this kind of an issue that we see through our
288 in Florida. Yeah, I guess so. Oil's going down.
So we're determined to correct those problems.
Yeah. So gas is down. So no argument on that. All right. Trump tariffs powerful from he paused that, and that's what they're going to be talking about as well. The tariff tax in Mexico has been paused. So till April 2nd, day after April Fool's Day.
And that he's weighing making
So.
multiple criminal referrals to the Department of Justice.
How about food? No, food's still up. Stinky Pete. Food's still up. Is that what you're asking? Yes, that's still up. But gas is down. Gas is down. Thank goodness. Yeah, filled my car up the other day. I'm like, whoa, I had to look. I was like, whoa, it stopped at $60 instead of $88, whatever. So we're saving on that. Eggs are up. Yeah, eggs are definitely up. They got to get the situation on the bird flu, and that's the problem with that. Why are my stocks and gold down? Gold should not. I don't know if I should treat that comment like a troll or not. Stock market right now is just unstable because they don't know what it's with the exempt from the tariffs tax right now. People are confused. And it's on paper, guys. If you're in the market and you're 61 years old, ready to retire, you shouldn't be aggressive. I'm not a stock channel. You should be aggressive, but it's only on paper. It's on paper, the market, right? And the market will recover, so you shouldn't be panicking. And gold's always a good investment, and to hedge your stock. So, all right, Jeffrey says California is $2.99. Yeah, gas is definitely down. Oil's down. This man here this guy really got me pissed off, though. This man here.
USAID was supposed to do things that were good and in the best interest of the United
States. He was definitely out of line.
Exercise of soft power.
And then pointing the cane as well. I'm sure he'll look back at this and regret that he got out of control like that in front of his Democrat Party, Republican Party, and American people. Thank you for the likes. This was definitely. Wasn't thinking. However, I say he wasn't thinking. However, he had a chance to apologize to the president and to the House and the Senate and the American people. More importantly, us. And he simply said, "I would do it again." And he said, "I would definitely do it again, 100%." Oh, well, I added words. He didn't say 100%. He did say, "I would do it again." Awful that he would compose himself like that. It's one thing, calling out. It's just not right. How there's so much hate between the parties. It's just not good. So I was listening to a podcast with Stephen A. Smith. He was disappointed. I was listening to some other people who were disappointed on his outrage, and he'll probably have to resign from it. It was just not right. We watched it live, remember? Some of you were live with me.
Never be approved if it had been placed to a vote of Congress and given to contractors with no.
You can see some of the faces on the people behind them. If you can read their face, I'm sure they're saying, "Well, we agree with you. However, please sit down and don't disrespect." Yeah, Fabian, I hear you. But those things happen. Hopefully, they'll change it.
Talking about what he thinks are the worst 45 days in history.
I'm hard pressed to think of a worse 45 days.
All right, so we're waiting on Trump. I mean, he's supposed to come on and sign some executive orders, which he's been doing since he's been president now for over a little over 4 weeks now, 5 weeks, I guess, to be exact. He'll do some executive orders and speak, I'm sure, on the tariff tax and pause in those a little bit. Adrian's in the house. Hello, Adrian, who's also been with me a very long time. So we're waiting on that. And another news, Hamas. He wants to final warning to them to say, hey, give us back, release those hostages. One's American, get them back. I thought you'd be in the snow today. Yeah, did you get some snow up there, Mr. A, up in Mount Charles? And I decided to stay here. I had a meeting. Yeah, we had a meeting today. And we're going to go out and help out the homeless people. So No snow today. No.
Watch this. Look at this. 54%. The majority say that he and they should. How about approve of Trump trying to cut staff at government agencies? Again, you get a majority here. 51%. So yeah, Elon Musk might not be that popular, but these cuts and the idea of spending cuts, at least within the federal government.
Let's just talk about the spending cuts.
That actually has majority support. I think President Trump and Elon Musk himself have said, look, there has been some turbulence in this, but on the other hand, it's been extraordinarily effective.
Well, you're not going to be able to change things without some disruption, but my hope is that we'll get into a better place once the most egregious examples get rooted out. But this is the only alternative to decades-long, perhaps longer, misspending of the federal government's, the taxpayers' money for purposes that Congress never intended. And so this is exactly, I think, what the vast majority of the American people want their government to do and don't want their tax dollars misspent.
Lastly, as you walked out of that meeting with the acting USAID director, Senator, did you consider maybe a further investigation, putting more resources toward finding if there really are some criminal ties to this whole thing?
Well, I asked Mr. Morocco, I said, does USAID report on an annual basis to how the money is spent? And is there an audit done on a regular basis to prevent this sort of abuse? And he said, well, there's no system in place right now requiring that. That's something that's top of my list to do. We'll pass a piece of legislation to make sure this sort of thing doesn't go unnoticed and undiscovered in the future.
Texas Senator John Cornyn, good of you to join us, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Trace.
Meantime, some breaking news right now. Pope Francis releasing an audio statement amid struggles with his health. Listen to this.
A veces estoy de corazón, las oraciones, gracias por mi salud desde la plaza. Los acompaño desde acá. Que Dios nos bendiga. Y te la vida. Uy, gracias.
It's in Spanish. We're going to put it up on the screen. Here's the message. He says, quoting here, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your prayers for my health from the square. I accompany you from here. May God bless you and the Virgin protect you. Thank you.
God bless Pope Francis, huh?
Jonathan Morris, theologian and Fox News contributor. Jonathan, it's great to have you on. It sounds to me like when, and you know because you worked at the Vatican for many, many years, it sounds to me, Jonathan, like when they're allowing the Pope to release a statement that things are looking up, things are looking better as far as his health.
Gosh, Trace, yes and no. You know, listen, I speak Spanish, I speak Italian, I could barely understand what he was saying. And it reminds me a lot of, imagine if you had a brother, a father, a grandfather who was in the hospital.
I'm glad he's doing a little bit better. Sounds like he's a little bit better.
With double pneumonia. And
Double pneumonia, yes.
Through a non-invasive mechanical oxygen machine, as they're calling it, every night. He's not doing well. And yet he wants to make contact with the people.
Where is the new
I'm
membership
very grateful
button?
for that. It reminds me of the last days of John Paul II.
Adrian, I think you have to opt out of the live and go into the to my homepage, to the welcome page.
I want to be with you. Thank you for your prayers. In a physical gesture. Yes, he might be doing a little bit better, but it doesn't sound good to me.
Yeah, it's interesting because I know that he was intubated for a short amount of time. He's mostly been getting oxygen through a mask, but after the intubation, when they put that tube down your throat, speaking is difficult. So maybe this is a better sign. I mean, it seems to me.
So we're listening to Pope Francis. Sounds like I'm speaking Spanish. Sound like he was doing a little bit better. So we'll have to see on exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
so
his decision. He knows that.
Slayer, thank you very much. High five fist bump for the $5 donation. We'll use that towards the homeless. Hi from Wisconsin. Why did Trump do a 360 on 25% tariffs on Mexico, and imported construction materials have gotten more expensive and gas over $3? Yeah, so this whole thing is a complicated situation. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. You know, it's going to be one of those things where prices of goods on some things are going to go up. Why is he doing it? Because it wasn't working before. What wasn't working before with the recent party that we had was not working. Go back and continue to go back. So this is a way to work out for the American people in the long run. Now, he did pause the tariff tax on Mexico to April 2nd, I believe. And Mexico, we only get 10% of Mexico. We give them 90%. So this is something that hasn't been done in a long time. So that's why we have to do this to 25%. Let's see here. Is this the second delay? I think it is. Yes. Yes. It's not easy. This whole thing is not easy dealing with other countries and imports, getting imports and taxes. It's not an easy on both sides. It's not even like I talk to both sides, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, moderate Democrats. It's not an easy. I got Republicans that disagree on it. I got Democrats. Majority of them don't agree on it. There's a few who do agree on it. You know, something has to be done because whatever was working before was not working. We have a rise on inflation still, right? Eggs is a whole nother story. And we talked about gas already. So something has to happen. Mark says, make Canada a state. Well, I mean, it's a possibility. We'll see. Why is Trump sending tax money to Israel? Checks and balances, California, welcome in. We are waiting for those who are just coming in. We're waiting for Trump. Should have been on 20 minutes ago. There's been a delay. He's supposed to discuss on executive orders and exactly the comment you're alluding to the tariff tax through Mexico. And that's been paused till April 2nd, and Canada. But again, we give Canada 90%. They give us 10%. You tell me. Right? So become a state, as Mark says. We're also waiting on Miss Maribel. As Crystal was reading the comments, she should be here around 1:30. We're going to go out and help out the homeless people on the streets of Las Vegas. We're going to reach out and help them out with some jackets. And speaking of Adrian, who's on here, dropped off, so we got some more shoes left and sneakers left. It's getting a little cold here today in Vegas. A little bit of rain overnight as the streets and the surface get around 40 degrees at night, 35 degrees. And we're trying to reach out and get these people that give them some help and get them some warmth and get them in the right direction and into a nonprofit or a Salvation Army and Catholic Charities. It's so many homeless people on the streets, and a lot of it's caused by the previous administration on how bad it got in the last 4 years. It's sad. Fund government through the tariffs. Yeah. I mean, there's no easy answer, Mark. There's no easy answer on this. But again, I'll say it for the last time. Whatever was working with the previous administration with Joe Biden did not work. It destroyed us. I just talked how many homeless people we have. So we got to figure out another way. So we'll see how it works out. It might be where we suffer a little bit on certain supplies. And, for a couple weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. And then, the truckers and some of the supplies that come over from Canada and through Mexico and the food that we get and this, that, whatever, avocados, imports. Yes, things might rise up a little bit and there'll be a lot of finger pointing at Trump, I'm sure. But in the long term, in my opinion, my sources and what I'm reading and the math that I see should go down and work into our favor and make it more reasonable for us to go shopping, which means more files in our pocket. So, but it's one of those things can take a little while. I know a lot of people are going to come across, well, Mr. YouTuber, we don't have a while. We need stuff to go down right now. I hear you. I feel you. But I don't know what another solution could be other than, with the tax. So, and speaking of taxes, it seems like I got nailed again. And on taxes. So it's like I continue to pay Uncle Sam. I just keep paying and paying and paying and paying. All right. I'll read a few more comments here. Adrian says, send me the link after to be a member. I can't find it on the iPhone. Oh, you know what, Mr. Adrian? On the iPhone, that's right. I forgot you have an iPhone. We had problems with other subscribers. The question was asked from a loyal subscriber supporter, Adrian. He wants to become a member or renew his membership or become a member. And on an iPhone, I don't know why. I know on a smartphone, you just go to those 3 lines and you can add and become a member. I think, though, Adrian, you have to go into your laptop or iPad and then or into the computer and then go through my page and it'll say member. It'll say welcome membership, $1.99 or et cetera, second membership, so on and so forth. But if anybody else on the chat can respond who has a smartphone, who's a member already, is there another way to become a member on the smartphone that I didn't mention just now? Another way on a smartphone to become a member, or do you need to go on a laptop or an iPad? I know on my phone I'm members of other YouTube channels, and I'm able to go to the 3 lines up to the top and then hit the membership that I desire to be. But the iPhones for some reason, iPhones make it a little bit more difficult. I don't know why YouTube doesn't have it a little easier on the vertical lives to have a membership. Boom, become a membership. So I will do my best, Adrian. Though I'll see if I can. I'll send you over. I'll just send you over my homepage and link. Maybe you can go through there after this live is over. Oh, here we are. Is Trump in now? Yeah, I think we have. Is this coming up here? Hold on.
Among these hostages about the depth.
This was earlier. I watched this earlier.
About murders that they saw, and I think that the president listened to it, absorbed it, and said, "This it's unacceptable. I'm not going to tolerate this type of behavior." But I wouldn't test President Trump.
I wouldn't test President Trump. So
like a relentless
that was earlier,
moderate to
and that's the difference right there on don't test Trump, right? Because the other countries looked at Biden weak, very weak, and that's one of the problems why we got into these wars. He showed weakness, and this could have been even worse. I mean, what Joseph Biden as a chief and commander, he just showed weakness. And then he got Alzheimer's stage 2, stage 3, and then they wanted to take him out and put Kamala in. What a mess we witnessed. We can say we lived to see probably the worst administration ever. So unorganized, so sleepy on the wheel, all the way from Nancy Pelosi down to Joe Biden, and many others. Whiskey Tango, 1953. How are you? Yep. We are. Good morning, good afternoon to you, and welcome everybody who's in here. Came on live about an hour ago and was hoping that Trump would have been on by now. I was going to do some executive orders. I am home early from a meeting. We were going to wait for Miss Maribel to get home to cook up some burritos, and I believe 20 of them, maybe 15, 20 burritos and some water, of course. Probably get some coffees and go out and help out the homeless. It makes you feel good, and that's what's on the agenda. We'll probably try a live and see how that goes. See how the internet holds up out there, and that's what's going on here. We heard from the Pope. Hopefully he's doing better. He had double pneumonia, and we're discussing the Representative Green on how he handled the situation the other night on Tuesday, State of the Union or Addressing America, whatever you want to call that. And just sad. a lot going on, you know, and hopefully I'm optimistic. I really am. I'm hoping that this war in Ukraine will end. It sounds like what we're hearing from reporters and news outlets and my sources that Zelensky is ready to come back to the White House and better dressed. I mean, more importantly, I got on not being dressed. He should have been dressed better. But more important than that, we got people's lives. People are losing their lives in Russia and in Ukraine. Come to a deal, sign the deal, keep some territories, open up some territories for Russia. You can't have it all when you're in a war, and settle this. And then we have our mineral deal. Everybody's happy, and that's how you stop that war. All right. I'm reading some comments here. You guys are discussing among each other, which is good. Make sure you guys read the rule and no hate speeches or anything like that. Appreciate you guys coming in here on this Thursday, early afternoon hours here in Las Vegas metropolitan area. We do have the memberships for sale for $1.99, so thank you for that. And any donations, proceeds will go to the homeless people for the exception of a few dollars in the gas tank that we could definitely help when we go out and feed these homeless. Again, we were waiting on Maribel to come home and cook up some food, and as well as Donald Trump on TV to address us all on his agenda on the tariff tax being paused and trying to give a final warning here to Hamas. Meanwhile, you have protests going on in New York and these colleges, Palestinians protests with this whole thing with Ukraine. A lot of stuff is going on. And then somebody asked me about being against protest. I'm not against protests, but peaceful protests, and know what the hell you're protesting about, right? You got to know what you're protesting about. Yeah, they claim that the protest at this Barton College in New York City is pretty much on Ukraine. And, are you here?
It feels absolutely surreal.
I think my wife is home.
When on a college campus, an Ivy League campus, you have people parading around like they're in Al Qaeda. Like this is
Somebody says was January 6th a peaceful protest? No, not at all. That was not a peaceful protest. But do you really want me to get into that? Do you guys really want me to get it? You open up a door on that one. Who was really involved and what happened? Are you here? Maribel? My wife's home. A puppet? You think that's nice? A puppet of Trump? That's the protest going on right here. Maribel, you home?
We will unmask. We will send 3 unmasked Barnard students if you unmask your finances.
So the question is, how long will this go on? Well, if you ask them, they say they're not going to stop until the schools divest from Israel. Trace.
Alexis McAdams, live for us on scene. Alexis, thank you. Meantime, President Trump giving Hamas what he calls his last warning, posting on Truth Social, quoting here, Shalom Hamas means hello and goodbye. You can choose. Release all of the hostages now, not later, and immediately return all of the dead bodies of the people you murdered, or it is over for you. Only sick and twisted people keep bodies, and you are sick and twisted. I am sending Israel everything it needs to finish the job. Not a single Hamas member will be safe if you do not do as I say. I have just met with your former hostages whose lives you have destroyed. This is your last one.
Rooster Colburn, thank you for your comment and thank you for your support in this channel.
Have a chance. Also, to the people of Gaza, a beautiful future awaits, but not if you hold hostages. If you do, you are dead. Make a smart decision. Release the hostages now, or there will be hell to pay later. The president mentioned he met with some of the freed hostages at the White House yesterday. They gave him a plaque reading, quote, "Whoever saves one life saves the world entire with eternal gratitude." Former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett joins us now. Mr. Prime Minister, thank you for coming on. I want to play some sound. There's been a lot of questions back and forth about the U.S. directly talking with Hamas. And the president's special envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, said the following just outside.
I hear you, Mark. I hear you, Janine.
I think Hamas has an opportunity to act reasonable, to do what's right, and then to walk out. They're not going to be a part of a government there. Everybody understands that. We're prepared to have dialogue. But if the dialogue doesn't work, then the alternative is not such a good alternative for Hamas.
Sir, are you in favor of that dialogue?
Well, President Trump, as he came in, he brought in the deal and brought hostages home, what had not happened for a whole year. So clearly the new, fresh approach of using force on the one hand and pushing for a deal on the other hand is a correct approach. I think time is running out for the hostages. We have two main missions to do: to bring home all the hostages, alive and dead, those who are already dead, and then to destroy Hamas and relieve Gaza of Hamas. We cannot have Hamas.
Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the 32 likes on today's live.
The president clearly.
We're moments away for Trump to speak at the White House. Moments away about Hamas, executive orders, free hostages, and probably go into the tariff tax pausing in Mexico.
Listen to some of this sound, sir, and then we'll get your response on the other side.
One of the days they handcuffed one of the boys.
Love it, Freshly Wild. Good to see you in here, Freshly Wild.
He brought a cutter and he cut his hand. It's not.
One time they broke in my ribs and it was so hurt that I couldn't breathe for 1 month.
I was moved 33 times, spent time in tunnels with no air to breathe, saw horrific torturing of hostages that I spent time with.
I mean, the stories are heartrending and clearly life-changing when you listen to them. Mr. Prime Minister, what do you think of the way the president is approaching this? And do you think it is time to maybe end this ceasefire and get this thing done?
I hear you, Freshly Wild.
Yes, and I want
I
to
hear
say
you.
what we just saw is hostages, citizens.
Oh, we got a super chat. Vote for Sal. Mr. A, thank you so much. Hey, look in the camera. Thank you, Mr. A. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we will be out giving out some more stuff in just a little bit. Sue's Maribel. We might go down live and surprise Maribel cooking the burritos. Should we? I'm also waiting for Trump. Thank you, Mr. A. Appreciate it.
And 8 months old, and they were murdered by Hamas when they were in custody of Hamas. So are you out supporting the worst murderers on earth? Is that why you're covering your faces? Is that why you're hiding? Shame on you. Anyone who supports Hamas is supporting those
That's right, Mark Travis.
innocent babies and families.
Yeah, we have been asking those very same questions for
Janine, thank you, Janine.
Very few good answers. Former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, sir, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Mid-Top Border Patrol Chief Michael Banks on why migrant crossings under the Trump administration have plunged to their lowest levels in decades.
Oh, Mr. A, come on. Thank you so much. High five, fist bump. Thank you for the super chat. God bless those in need. God bless. And God bless you, Mr. Adrian. Thank you so much. God bless everybody on here in this live. We are, if you're just joining us, come on in, become a member, subscribe and like, and we are going to go out in a little bit and help out the homeless with the donations from everybody on here in the past, present. Meanwhile, we're going to go downstairs at the moment right now, and we're going to surprise Maribel. So we're going to show you guys what she's cooking for the homeless. Speaking of homeless. Are you here? Are you cooking? I'm live. Are you cooking?
No, I'm cooking soon. I put it I got oranges. I'll show you.
When do you want to go?
1:30.
What time is it now?
Wait. I'm cooking and I'm putting
Trump.
Look. Oh my God. Sam, don't come now because
All
I'm
right.
doing the burrito.
I know, I just want to show them.
I'm putting the I got
We just got some donations from Adrian Some others here.
I'm doing the burritos and I'm doing oranges and a little bit. So go there. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I'll show you when I'm done.
So we got the pan ready. This is what we're going to start cooking up.
Here, yeah. And I have to feed the hen first because they get crazy.
The bird's got to eat first.
He eats already.
All right.
Okay. I want to do the dishes and then I do it.
So we're going to stay live until Maribel gets everything situated. We'll stay live for a little longer, and then we'll probably we're going to listen into Trump. And then after that, I'm going to get changed, and then we're going to go out, probably do another live, and boots on the ground and help out the homeless people. As Adrian says, people in need. People in need.
For the professional, it's not enough.
Donation for Maribel.
We seek to refine it.
So last night, Adrian, Crystal's at the doctor's. Our prayers are with Crystal as we speak. Possibly our appendix or some abdominal problems. Crystal, I think it was last night or 2 nights ago, she goes, she'll say, here's something for a cigar for sale, here's something for the homeless, and here's something for Maribel. Stay with me, Adrian. Everybody on here, it's kind of funny. So she goes, here's $20 for Maribel. And Maribel's laying in bed. And I said, well, that money we don't get for like 30 days. And then, you know, there's tax on it and this, that, whatever. So I go to Maribel. I was only kidding, guys. I said, Maribel, I said, I don't have it right now. It's going to come to like, you know, $12. Bullshit. Because give me that money. So you know how it is, Adrian. You're married. No, I'm only joking. But yeah, Maribel puts a smile on her face, Adrian, so appreciate it. Yeah, it helps out with the homeless and a little gas in the gas tank. So we appreciate it. More, in this case, more burritos. We've done empanadas. We've done the pizza. That's funny, Janine, but she was like instantly, Janine. It was like within 10 minutes because where's my 20? Crystal said. So, but yeah, guys, we give 90% to the homeless people. That's what we enjoy, guys. We're blessed to able to do that, and with your contribution, guys, if you can, it does help us out. It helps us go to Costco and get more bigger items, and it, helps out. I'm glad gas prices are down. And it does put a smile on Maribel's face. But more importantly than my face, Maribel's face, or anybody on here, it helps these homeless people out. Like Adrian said real quickly yesterday, there was a homeless person on the street. And I said, how about a cup of coffee? And he was kind of laughing, how I said it. The guy was too, Adrian. How about a cup of coffee? And then some of these people, they're like, where are you going? They want me to hang out with them a little bit. They want a friend. Don't we want a friend? Don't we like to interact on here, on the internet, in person? We're looking for friends, and they want a coffee. They want to have a cup of coffee. And I walked by him. I walked by this individual. He had trouble putting up his tent. He never asked me or anybody else who was walking by him, any change? Do you have change? He never said anything. He was grateful. Only thing he asked was more food. Oh, here's Trump. That he wanted more food. Here we go.
President Trump, what's your thought about why the markets are so spooked? Do you think they don't like the tariffs, or do they not like the uncertainty with some of the changes that have been the carve-outs?
Well, a lot of them are globalist countries and companies that won't be doing as well because we're taking back things that have been taken.
Is that right, Adrian?
Many years ago. We've been treated very unfairly as a country. We protect everybody. We do everything for all these countries. And a lot of these are globalist in nature. They have, if you're outside of the United States, again, it's going to be a little bit different. We just weren't treated right. We were ripped off as a country.
We were ripped off.
And I did it to a certain extent in the first administration, but with
ripped off.
And we had to focus on that toward the end. But we had the greatest economy in history in the first administration, and I think we'll do even better now. But this is something that we have to do. There'll always be a little short-term interruption. I don't think it's going to be big, but
that's what I just said, right, guys? Didn't I just say there might be a little short-term interruption?
Companies that have been ripping us aren't particularly happy with what I'm doing. But the United States will be very happy. And, our farmers are going to be very happy. And again, there'll be disruption. But in the end, I said it before with China, we signed an unbelievable deal with China, $50 billion in purchases, and we're doing great. Biden, however, when he came in, they never enforced that deal. So, so that's the only thing that basically you have globalist companies that have been ripping us off that won't be able to rip us off any longer. I think that's what the big charge is.
Have you been influenced, some of these exemptions that have been announced and some of these temporary delays, have you been influencing those decisions because of the market reaction?
Well, there were no delays at all. No, nothing to do with the market. I'm not even looking at the market because long term, the United States will be very strong with what's happening.
Long term, right.
Now, these are countries.
Why should we pay 50% and other countries pay 10%? You know, Janine, that's it. That's pretty much right there. High five, fist bump, first of all. That's it in a nutshell.
$600 billion. Nobody else took in 10 cents from China. They never did. But when COVID came along, we had to focus on COVID. We did a great job. We got rid of that. We ended up handling
Ice Wall Bear, welcome in.
a market that was higher than it was previous to COVID coming in. But this is very much about companies and countries that have ripped off this country, our beloved USA.
What's up, Riot?
And they're not going to be ripping us off anymore. So, you know, I think that has an impact on the market.
So this is a slate of nominees that's been prepared by the Presidential Personnel Office. It includes a number of sub-cabinet level appointments, a number of your ambassadors that have been previously announced, and also crucially, given the administration's concerted effort to focus on violent crime, it includes a number of U.S. attorneys in major cities that have real crime problems.
Okay, some very good people too.
Thank you, sir. And then we have a number of ceremonial proclamations that Lindsay Halligan is going to.
So two very special proclamations, the first of which is a proclamation that proclaims March 2025 as Women's History Month in honor of all the wonderful women in your administration, all the wonderful women in America, and in honor of everything you've done for women and this administration has done for women in just, what, a month and a half? So.
Yeah, we've done a lot. And women have done a lot for us. This is an honor. We have a wonderful woman here. Maria.
So for those like my mom, who's a Democrat who I dearly love, brought me into this world. My mom, I go, Mom, who told you that Trump don't like women? And she goes, CNN did. I go, Mom, please limit yourself to CNN. Please.
That's great. Women, we love you.
Women, we love you.
We love you too, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So the second one.
The bird, I think it was about $100, Adrian, 150.
2025 as Irish American Heritage Month in honor of, to commemorate our amazing friendship between America and Ireland, and to
Oh, 250. Sorry, Adrian.
all of the
250.
Irish Americans, and I'm a little bit biased because I'm American and Irish, but
Yeah, well, they're great people. They're great
St.
people.
Patrick's Day is coming up as well.
And they voted for me in heavy numbers, so I like them even now. You have to like them.
Layman Drummond, I didn't tell you, that was funny. That was funny. Layman Drummond, that was funny.
People, proclamation. Yeah, thanks, Lindsay.
Signing executive orders. Come on in, guys. Trump signing away with the barker.
If Hamas does not release hostages, that the U.S. and Israel could take some action. What does that mean in your eyes? Is that military action? Would you join strikes with
What are
Israel?
you going to find out? I had the honor of spending a lot of time yesterday with quite a few of the people that we got out, and I can't believe how badly treated they were. Really badly treated. Stories that you wouldn't even believe.
No.
Some of it was documented. Some of it was so bad you couldn't really. I don't think you can put it on. And it's a shame. And they said one thing. That
Sarah looks pretty good, by the way, Mark.
Of which
she's lost a lot of weight.
Killed. They want to know if we could just continue. And they said without us, look, Biden wasn't able to get anybody out. We came along and they started releasing. But we have 59 left, of which 24 are living. The rest are dead. And I put out a statement. It's sort of self-explanatory, I think, that somebody's going to have to get a lot rougher than they're getting. It's a shame. And those 24 that are living, because they were with them just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, Mark.
But they said they're in very bad shape.
You spoke today with your cabinet members and Elon Musk.
I did.
What did you tell them in regards to Elon Musk and his authorities to carry out actions?
We had a great meeting. We had Elon and we had some of the representatives for, the business reps. We also had most of the cabinet members, not all of them. It doesn't really pertain to all of them, but many of them. And I thought it was a really good meeting. It was about cutting because everybody knows the country's way out of control in terms of the number of people. We have many people that don't work. We have many people probably that aren't even living that are getting checks. And we're finding all of that out and it's being reported. We're going to save hundreds of billions of dollars. We've already saved a lot. And parts of it are contracts that are expired that we're paying on, many crazy things that, you can see it happening. It shouldn't happen, but you can see it happening. You see a lot of it being put out. But the other thing I think most important for today, I want the cabinet members to keep good people. I don't want to see a big cut where a lot of good people are cut. I want the cabinet members to keep the good people and the people that aren't doing a good job, that are unreliable, don't show up to work, etc. Those people can be cut. So I had a meeting and I said, I want the cabinet members go first, keep all the people you want, everybody that you need. And it would be better if they were there for 2 years instead of 2 weeks, because in 2 years they'll know the people better. But I want them to do the best job they can. When we have good people, that's precious, that's very important. And we want them to keep the good people. And so we're going to be watching them, and Elon and the group are going to be watching them. And if they can cut, it's better. And if they don't cut, then Elon will do the cutting.
So, Mr. President, if you think Doge and Elon Musk have been
Well, there you have President Trump answering questions moments ago in the Oval Office. Talked a lot about the hostages, meeting with them yesterday. Talked a little bit about Doge. He met with some members of Doge and Elon Musk, and he made it very clear that the leaders of Doge will actually do the firing and hiring, and it won't be Elon
Adrian,
Musk.
forget about it.
Illusion, because he also talked today with the president of Mexico.
Adrian, thank you so much.
Spent some time.
Little fuzzles for the bird over here. I got to go. So, yeah, a little bird food. Thank you, Adrian. I appreciate it. It's not unnoticed. Thank you, my friend. Adrian is a special person, an original subscriber. Got me to start these YouTube channel. And good man there, helping out the bird. And we will be out there with the clothing that Betty Lang has dropped off. Adrian, his beautiful wife, has dropped off. Aaron, who's dropped off. And many others who live just here in Las Vegas metropolitan area with the clothing to help us out. So we're going to go ahead and give out a little bit of that on there. And I want to just say thank you for everybody on this live. We are going to, I'm going to wrap things up just a little bit. You heard President Trump speak. I will be back live. If you are not on another live, continue with their live stream. But if their live ends and you want to come back over to this channel, we'll be live again. I'm going to dress in something a little bit more comfortable and waiting for Maribel to cook up the burritos. And we will go out and help out the homeless on the street. So I'll read a few more comments because Maribel's still cooking. So I'll go live a few more minutes here. Sherry, stop it. Thank you so much. You've donated enough. Sherry, thank you so much for the homeless. Appreciate that. High five, fist bump. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Help out. Put a smile on Maribel's face. I was going to go down there and surprise her cooking. So what we might do is we'll do this. I'll stay live a few more minutes. I'll go downstairs, and Maribel doesn't like to be on camera too much, but I'll go ahead and I showed you how the grill's all set up, and we'll just show you how we're cooking some of that stuff up. How's that sound? So we'll do that for a little bit, guys, and then I'm going to get in something a little comfortable, and then we're going to start a whole new live. Excuse me. And for those who can make it, I will, that's fine. If you can't make it, the live will be posted later. Make sure you do support other channels out. Homeless channels, politics channel, cooking channel, whatever it might be. Help them out. We still have the crisis on the border they're showing here real quick, but it is down. You had in the borders a year ago, we had about 1,100 people coming in a day. 1,100 a day. Real quickly, guys, and thank you so much, Sherry. 1,100 a day coming into the United States through California and Arizona and Texas border, right? Now, let's fast forward. We can deal with it. It's only about 150 to 200 a day. So now Border Control can organize it and get these bad men and women. Not all of them are bad, right? There's some people who want to come over, but come over illegally, right? But to stop some of these drug cartels and these bad men and women, some of them are coming over here with violence, and we have to worry about our own people here. And now it's down to 150 people that we had 1,200 a year ago. Is that hard to believe? So it does, when you close your borders, guys, I think Democrats majority and Republicans majority agree on this. Hold on one second. And what's going on here with Gavin Newsom? He's just talking about the his opinion on the transgenders, and I guess he started a podcast. Gavin Newsom has started a podcast. I think I said it correctly. So he's working. I don't know if you guys knew, but Gavin Newsom, he started a podcast. I'm sure it'll be on YouTube. So for you Democrats, go support him. I don't know what that is. He got other plans. We'll see. Yeah. Hold on. We're going to go downstairs. I don't know if I'm still live. We had an internet problem. We've got a few more donations here to help out. Adrian, Sherry, some others on here. So that was very, very nice of them. Yeah, are you done?
No, I want to show the process.
All right, here, Maribel's going to show the process before.
Somebody want to help to do my dishes later.
Whoever wants to help to wash the dishes, any volunteers? Okay.
I do.
So here we go, guys. This is what we're going to give to the homeless.
This is, I do.
Here, you could take over.
With ham.
Yeah, Maribel, take over.
We have ham, red peppers, onions. Sal, you owe me money. I put a lot of stuff. I always get stuff. Then I do a little bag. I put 2 orange. I don't want to do bananas today. A little Ricks. Then I got the napkin ready. Then I put all the burritos here. I put real butter when I do that.
They were saying that we have to give them trash bags.
Yeah, you should. I have a lot of trash bag. So I put the butter just to get a little bit nice and it's hot already. So I just crispy a little bit and then I wrap it in paper and then in plastic. So it's a little process. Salting is easy. And then I have to do all the dishes.
How many
So
burritos?
here, I don't know how many I can get here. It's a lot. Maybe 24,
Adrian
25.
gave you a few bucks.
Yeah.
Say thank
Let me
you.
get this. Show you the paper. This paper, I wrap the burrito. Then I put it in another.
So basically,
packet.
guys, we keep it nice and clean for the homeless. They're worried about any,
You have to be careful with the cheese. I put
food
cheese
poisoning,
there.
any.
Not too much because I didn't know he can eat cheese.
And by the way, guys, in case you're wondering,
See?
we make sure we tell them what's in it. Someone says, is there any spicy stuff?
Sometimes people don't like too much onion, so that's why I like to use the real onion, like a green onion. It's better.
Then we put it in these bags here.
No, I have to wrap it.
This is
He think
Maribel.
it's easy.
I'm
He not do nothing, guys. I'm the one.
She's got Maribel's got the hard work.
Yeah, do the food because
This-
you go buy McDonald's. Oh,
They
sorry.
like McDonald's too, Maribel.
Go. Get
They
out of
like
here.
McDonald's
Don't talk in
too.
front of the food.
They're laughing.
Go.
They like McDonald's. They like
No.
Burger King. They
You
like
go
subs.
Get the easy way pizza or
Homemade's
whatever.
better. Guys in the chat, homemade or McDonald's?
No.
It's-
This homeless, when I do this, he love me. It's really good.
yeah, they really enjoy
Okay,
this.
so don't show too much. Go.
Homemade.
I don't like to show the food.
Oh, I just want to show them what they look like.
Well, yeah, I know, but people can get me in trouble. I don't want to be.
Homemade. Janine says homemade.
Yeah, it's better. You get more out of it,
That's how you do it. What butter? No.
Let me tell you something. The eggs is like $6. I got it. It's expensive.
Well, whose fault is that? Bird flu.
The bird flu. But people say it's Trump.
Max, we have a bird flu. Look at you. Hungry?
I have to do more eggs. So just go. I let you know when I'm done.
Max wants
'Cause I
something.
have to do probably more.
You hungry, Max?
what I do, I put the eggs in the blender and I put a little taste too.
Steve's on here. He says,
I put like
his
a
favorite.
pepper and a little
My
ham
favorite.
in the eggs and I put it in the blender so I can get more out of it. Eggs is very expensive. It's like having a steak, really. And this is not an egg like.
Yeah, but that's not Trump's fault.
I know. This is not like a fake eggs. It's a real eggs. See? Look. And that's how I do it. And then I have to feed my bird.
Now this butter, is that new fat butter?
No, it's fat. It's a real butter.
All right.
I don't like fake stuff. Just get out of the kitchen. Go.
Mark says,
Go,
God
go.
bless Maribel.
Go. I have to do another thing. So to go.
She's getting mad at me, guys.
Well, yeah, because you're in the kitchen and I have to do more
I'm in her
stuff.
way.
I have to do the dishes and all that.
So she's got that's the work. Max is hungry. Max says, I want some of that. Max wants one. That's what we do, guys. So yeah, I mean, she's right. We all know obvious that was a stupid question. Homemade's much better. However, before we end this live, there's nothing wrong with an egg of muffin, a sausage McMuffin with a cup of coffee. I like it myself, and some homeless appreciate that. Hey, simply they appreciate, a smile, a handshake, not worrying about getting your hands dirty, right? What? So, I lost my thought. But yeah, obvious homemade burritos are much better, but we'll give them Burger King. I've given them a sub. I've given them a sausage and peppers, homemade. We've given them different stuff. The coffee on a cool day like today, you'll watch them. If you can make it live, you'll see on how that cup of coffee. A lot of them just don't get a chance to have a hot cup of coffee. The Americans, most of us like our coffee, right? Yeah, homemade, my wife has the hard part. You see what we do. We keep clean the surface. We put it in bags. We get the trash bags. It's organized. And we let them know real quick before I go that, there's no hot peppers because I like mine with hot peppers. We make sure we tell them about there's cheese in case there's anybody allergic, right? So we try to communicate the best. And that's all we can do. I think a meal for them is better than no meal. And if we can brighten their day, every day, we do this homemade stuff one day a week, sometimes twice, if you're just coming into this channel. And then the rest of the week, I will stop at McDonald's or Porta Sub or Caparotti's and things like that and have conversation with. Guys, we're going to end this live. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you for your support. God bless Donald Trump. God bless you guys. We'll be live in probably another 30 minutes. I'm going to get something more comfortable and go out there. If you can make the live, go ahead. If you're on another live, come back to this live later on and watch it recorded. Appreciate it. And Max wants to say goodbye. Max, you want to say goodbye? Max? Max today's mad. Max is mad because he didn't get anything to eat. Max saying, what about me? I want to eat over here. All right, guys, I'll see you. High five, fist bump. God bless you. Thank you. I'll give Max a little piece. Whoops. I'm still alive. Give Max a little bit. All right, guys.